Evening, everyone. Back in the shed. Got a little bit of a special one tonight. We're going to go up in the shed later on, and up in the attic. Here we go. Up in the attic, and just show you a little snippet of the collection.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, got to be done.
So
so many so much great stuff up there. It's going to be like a bit of a a surprise for me, because I've forgotten half of them, but I'm sure that the minute I see them, they'll all come flooding back to me. You know, all the classics over the years.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because we've got a bit of a longer one tonight, we're going to get stuck straight in. And then, as I said, we go up to the loft and give you a little wander up there, a little tour, a little loft tour,
Yeah,
as they say. Yeah, go for it, Gal. Let's kick off tonight.
Get stuck in, yeah.
Is it? Before we go ahead, there was a special request, wasn't there?
Ah, yes, yeah. We had a little request from one of the subscribers, who shall remain nameless. Well, we could call him Pedro.
Yeah,
but,
or Pash Beat, whatever that means.
But he wanted us to talk about a film called Happy Birthday to Me, which was made in 1981, I think it was. And it's quite a good horror, quite a cult horror when it came out. And the front cover, we haven't got the video, we can't find it, unfortunately. We thought we had it, but we can't find it, unless it's up in the loft, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so we can always put a picture up or something so you can see what it is. But it starred the girl from Little House on the Prairie, Melissa Sue Anderson, the girl that went blind in Little House on the Prairie, you know, Laura Ingalls' sister.
Everyone remembers that storyline, don't they?
Yeah, it's like so upsetting, like, you know. I mean, in fact, it was only on the other day, Little House on the Prairie, and even when I watched it again after all these years, I thought, blimey, it's right melodramatic, you know. And there's always like some tragedy going on, you know.
Michael Landis.
Yeah. Or
was it John Landis?
Michael Landon,
that's right.
Little Joe from Bonanza or something. But anyway, Melissa Sue Anderson, she's in Happy Birthday to Me, and it was remade actually just recently. Happy Birthday to Me. It was remade about 5 or 10 years ago. So there is a new version out there, but the one he wanted us to talk about was the original 1981 version, which no doubt he got out on video from Magic Video in Chabelief, and along with his other, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Brood. So
that's a heavy film.
Yeah.
The Brood.
So but yeah, just a little mention there, and it is a good film. And if you can find it or you can see it, it's worth a look, definitely.
But apologies, we couldn't find a video.
We haven't got a video, but obviously it's a mission now to find it, because you won't let us forget it if we don't. So so we're on the lookout for that one now.
We'll do a proper review when we find it.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get started here. Now, I watched this the other night. Now, you know this one.
Love that film.
This is a brilliant film. This is called Race with the Devil, and it's one of them films that I saw this years ago, late at night on BBC Two, and I thought what a great film it was. And then it wasn't on TV for years and years, and I even forgot the title of it. All I knew was that Peter Fonda was in it, and obviously this was before like the internet and internet movie database, where you can, like, you know, tap in someone's name and find out everything they've been in. So I had to try and search for this, and then one night it suddenly appeared on a programme we have in the UK, where we did have, called Movie Drone. They show you like cult films. So this was on, Race with the Devil, and I thought, that's the one, that's the film. It really is this great film. It's where they go on like a camping trip, and they witness this satanic ritual. And they kill this girl, and then of course, you know, everywhere they go, they're chasing them, you know.
I remember there's a scene in that where they're in the RV.
Yeah.
And they smash the back window, and someone tries to climb in the back window.
They're trying to get in, and the girl's screaming, and Peter Fonda's doing his nut trying to push the bloke out.
I remember seeing that as a kid and thinking, the thought of someone getting in, especially these devil worshippers. When you see it, they're quite creepy.
They're quite nasty actually. Yeah. But I mean, the guy that directed this film, his name's Jack Starrett, and he's actually in it at one point. He plays like a petrol pump attendant guy in it, and he also made this one. Where is it? Don't tell me I didn't bring it. Oh, I can't find it. Well, I thought I picked it up, but he made he directed a film called Cleopatra Jones.
Right, yeah. Another
Which is-
black exploitation
That's
film.
right, yeah. So he made this, and he made Cleopatra Jones, and he made a couple other films as well. But yeah, he's a good director, and this also stars Loretta Swit, who was Hot Lips in MASH. So she's in that as well. But could have sworn I bought the other one along there, but can't find it. Must have just forgot to put it in there. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, oh well.
Right, so then, so that was that, and I found this in the archives.
See, I love it. It's a surprise for me as well, because I never know what he's going to bring.
You never know
So,
what's going to come out of the magic bag, isn't it? It's like
Jesus Christ.
like Mr. Ben or Felix
Yeah.
the Cat with that magic bag.
Yeah.
This was a film that my dad got in a charity shop, and he came in with it one night, and he said, "Yeah, got this for you." And I said, "Oh, where'd you get that?" And what's good about it is
Richard Pryor.
it's Richard Pryor again, and this is the same packaging as the old Dynamite Chicken,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
the old video masterpiece.
Yeah, that's right.
This is what we were saying about the other day, how these films found their ways into like news agents and that, you know.
And funny enough, my dad got Dynamite Chicken.
Yeah.
So his dad's got that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember you had the Dynamite Chicken, and this is called the Mac, and it's another blaxploitation thing. But I mean, it's great packaging and that, you know. You can still see the sticker on the back, Oxfam.
Oxfam. It's actually zero price, so it goes to show you. Probably give him it.
Yeah. But he bought this in one night, and he said, "Yeah, I've got this for you." And I said, "Oh, that's great." I said, "Where'd you get that?" Because I mean, I don't even know whether this is out on DVD. I don't know, but it stars Richard Pryor, Max Julian plays the Mac, and Roger Mosley, that guy there. He's been in a few things, but yeah, it's a good film that, and it's great because it's got that little bit of packaging on it, you know, and yeah, good stuff. So now I got this one the other day, and I was really pleased to get this. This is called Switchblade Sisters, and
I wonder if it's where Scissor Sisters got the idea from.
could be. It's directed by Jack Hill, and he's another sort of like cult director. I think he done Coffee or Foxy Brown, you know, those sorts of like blaxploitation things. But this is really good. It was on TV late one night, and I taped it, and I think I tried to get the DVD, and it was like unavailable, and then
Proper tear up on the back there, look.
yeah. And yeah, it's good, that, isn't it? And I found it the other day in a charity shop, and I had to look twice at it, because I thought if I get home and put it on and I can't watch it because it's an NTSC or something, I'll be really annoyed. But it's a UK DVD, so I haven't watched it yet, but it's going to be good, because I mean it's Jack Hill, Switchblade Sisters.
Yeah, have to give us a proper review on that.
And it is good. It's got an introduction by Quentin Tarantino, because obviously everyone knows these are the sort of films he loves, aren't they? These like cult films and that. So yeah, that's pretty good. Pleased to get that. And so the next little selection. This is a director, and his name is Ted V. Michels.
Jesus.
And he's like obviously another cult director. So that's the first one that I got by him. It's called The Corpse Grinders, and
look at that.
It's chaos. It's basically it's this factory in this like rundown part of LA, and they're getting like, well, basically they're finding like down and outs, and they're churning them up and selling them as cat food. I mean, it's an outrageous premise, storyline, you know, but it's just funny because all the way through it is like the noise of like screeching and meowing and howling and that, you know, and it's absolute chaos.
Where'd you get that?
Well, I don't know. I think I just once again found it in a charity shop, you know.
You can't beat the charity shops.
No.
I mean, it's a good cause. Plus, you find stuff you never would believe still exists.
Exactly, yeah. Because I mean, obviously, when I got that, I thought, well, I'll have to look out and see if there's anything else by that guy, which led me to this, which is another one of his called Blood Orgy of the She-Devils.
Here we go again. It's that adult theme creeping in again. Here you go.
But
blood orgy
of the She-Devils.
of the She-Devils.
Yeah. But it's I mean, that Corpse Grinders is just madness. I mean, it's like, it's just like you'd watch it and you'd laugh because it's like just outrageous. But that's actually quite good. There's quite a good story to it. It's well shot as well.
Yeah.
And basically, it's been like filmed in like this kind of like a baroque-looking mansion in LA, and yeah, it's really good.
It looks it.
It is good. And funny enough, I was at somebody I know at the boot sales I go to, and that was talking about them two films. And this girl, she said, "Oh yeah," she said, "if you like that," she said, "you got to go out. You got to get the Dole Squad, because it's the same guy, the same director."
Right.
And apparently, the Dole Squad was the film that was Charlie's Angels was based on.
Even looks like the cover, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this is probably like came out after Charlie's Angels, the film, and they've, like you said, they've made the cover look similar, but that was actually the original film, the Dole Squad, and apparently that is the original idea. Whenever they made this, they got the idea to then make Charlie's Angels.
Right, gotcha.
So there's 3 films there from cult director Ted V. Michels.
Yeah.
And
must admit, I haven't heard of him.
I don't know what he's doing now, whether he's still going, I don't know. Right, so this is just one I quickly picked up. This is a good film. It's called Otley, and it's an English film. It's Tom Courtenay and an actress called Romy Schneider, who was like a German actress or something. But that's it's a good film, actually. It's the people who wrote it.
What would you say? It's a horror, drama?
No,
thriller?
it's like a bit of a sort of drama, bit of a comedy, really. But what's good about it is it's all filmed in London in the sort of like late '60s, and it's just a good film, basically. And it was one of them ones that I've been looking at and thinking, oh yeah, I must. And it's the screenplay was by Ian LaFrennay and Dick Clement, the people who wrote the Likely Lads and the other sort of stuff like that, Yeah. But James Bolam's in it as well. Leonard Rossiter's in it, and it's just a good sort of British film, So I thought I'd just stick that in there. I've got a couple of records there as well to talk about in a minute. And I bought this as well because I've been watching Kojak again.
Oh.
Kojak's been on ITV4. They've been repeating it again, and
that's a nice box set.
That is a nice box set. That was bought for me by Pedro Pashby.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
That's the same guy who wants this review of an awkward film to get.
Yeah, he got me that years ago for Christmas or something, and it's really good. It's Kojak, Banachek, and the Rockford Files.
There you go.
And all the episodes that are on there are really good episodes, and it's good quality. I mean, they're videos, but when you watch them, they're really good quality.
I remember there was a little Kojak who's Telly Savalas.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the story.
No, was that?
When he went to he come over to London one day apparently, and he come in at Gatwick Airport.
Yeah.
And apparently there was hordes of people all lining the streets.
Yeah.
Like all around the airport
To see telly. Like.
So he got out and was like, all that, and didn't realise that Barry Manilow was on the same plane.
Oh right.
And that's who it was for. It weren't for him, Just a little story. I remember reading about it, and it made me,
feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
like,
I do. Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for old Telly Savalas.
Yeah,
like he probably thought they're all like welcoming him there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, that's good. That I mean, there's 3 episodes on there. And like I said, it's been on TV again. I've been watching them again because it's one of my favourite shows from the '70s was Kojak.
Yeah.
And I used to like the guy who played the guy who was his brother in it, Stavros as well.
Right.
Well,
actually, when I was young, I had a Kojak car with the Kojak character inside it.
Yeah.
You remember me telling you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like the police car. Or...
Yeah, the police car, and it had the siren on it and that. And what I wanted to do is get the Kojak out so I can put it with my other toys and stuff. And it wasn't until I ripped the roof off the car and pulled the bloke out and realised it had no legs.
Yeah,
It was just a block.
Yeah.
One of the most disappointing things that's ever happened to me.
I know, yeah, because you're looking in the car and you're thinking, wow, look
Great character.
I've got to get him out of there. And then, like you said, it's just like a plastic block, And
First time I've ever been turned over in life. Horrible.
So where's his legs,
Yeah.
Right, so I've got a couple of records now.
Okay.
Now, just recently, a friend of mine gave me a load of records, and amongst them was a load of records by Madonna, and it sort of got me off thinking again about Madonna. And I like it. I do like Madonna. I like her the early stuff, like
Yeah,
the early 80s kind of stuff, like when she was first started out. Because I sort of like I'm a bit sort of got a fascination with that New York 1980s, early 80s kind of vibe, you know. As we know about hip hop and electro and all that.
Yeah.
But this was
Big hip hop fans, you know, original electro.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, you know, all that stuff from New York's great, but this is a soundtrack to the film Who's That Girl, and I just like the cover, you know. And I don't know if I've ever even seen this film. I probably have seen it.
It's very Marilyn Monroe look, isn't it?
Yeah,
she's got
definitely is, isn't it? I mean, I've seen Desperately Seeking Susan and another one, a couple she made, but I mean. Yeah, just thought I'd throw that in because I like the cover and she looks good on the front there.
Yeah, if I remember rightly, she's walking around with a cougar, like a lion of some sort.
Yeah, look, it's on the back cover.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. There's a tiny picture of it there.
Not sure what the significance of that was, but she was. I remember seeing it.
Well, she used to, when she first started, she was going out with this guy called Jelly Bean, and he was the DJ at this hip New York nightclub called the Fun House. So there's pictures of her on the internet with Jelly Bean and that, you know. So and all those early records that she made were like a lot of them were mixed by him, but they're the sort of things that used to happen in them trendy New York nightclubs. Somebody would walk in with a leopard or something, you know, or you know Bianca Jagger coming on a horse or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But she was great. Madonna's great,
Yeah,
still is.
Always liked her.
You know.
And the last one for the night is this one. Now this record is called The Music Machine. Now this was a film that came out in the 70s because you had like Saturday Night Fever. Thank God It's Friday in the States, so the UK had to try and, you know, come back with their own little disco film. So they made this one, The Music Machine, and also we had The Stud and the Bitch with Joan Collins. But what I like about this is that The Music Machine was actually a venue in London, not near miles from where you grew up.
Yeah.
And in the 70s it was the Music Machine, and then in the early 80s it turned to the Camden Palace.
Yeah.
So everyone knows the Camden Palace, like it's like... was one of the best clubs in London in the 80s. It was run by Steve Strange. And you know, like you'd go in there and there'd be pictures of like Boy George and George Michael on the wall. Yeah. But this was, you know, it weren't a bad film. I mean, Patty Boulay is in it, if you can remember Patty Boulay. But it's, you know, there's the gatefold there.
That's a great cover, isn't it?
And it weren't a bad film. It was a bit, you know, it's a bit cheesy in that, but. The fact that it was actually filmed in there as well, so it was actually filmed in Camden Palace, and like I said,
my nan used to live right next to it.
That's
like
right,
Mornington Crescent.
Mornington Crescent, yeah.
And I remember one Christmas they had a big hamper sitting on top of Camden Palace, and if I remember rightly, they give all the local pensioners a hamper for Christmas.
Yeah,
like paid for by the club.
Yeah.
So
because I mean, it was like, I mean, around that area at the time there was only really pubs in Camden Market, and this place was like in like I can remember seeing it in the NME in the late 70s when bands like the Clash and Motorhead played there, but then in the early 80s they transformed it into the Camden Palace, and it was probably, I reckon it's probably, you know, everyone goes on about Stringfellows and Hippodrome and that, but I think Camden Palace was the best club in London, really.
It's been going for years, hasn't it?
And now it's called something like Coco's or something.
It's Coco's. Last time I went there, I see a friend of mine do an unlicensed boxing match there.
That's right, I do boxing there now.
Yeah, it's right. Well. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, but yeah. So there you go.
That's it. Another little
collection.
Another little history lesson. But I'm sorry that I couldn't find Cleopatra Jones, because it would have been nice to follow on from the Race with the Devil. But never mind. You know, maybe next time.
But as I say, we'll look out for Happy Birthday to Me, and also. I think it's time to zip up to the loft.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
So
can't wait.
Obviously, if you're watching this, and if it ends like this, it means we've fallen through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you see the footage, it means we're successful.
That's right. Yeah. Let's hope we don't fall through the ceiling, because it would be a shame all for, like, you know, for art and that, you know.
all for the love of the channel.
Risking our neck for art, really.
Right, guys, as usual, thanks for watching, and we'll be back in a minute once we've been up in the loft. Evening, everyone. As promised, as I just said in the video downstairs, we're coming up in the loft, and I'm going to show you a couple of classics. Gary's going to go over and have a look, see if he can pull any out that takes our fancy. Maybe for viewing in the future. I mean, looking at them, some of them are I've even forgotten about.
I know, I must
You know?
admit. Up here we have the classic Blood Diner, which is just come out on DVD actually, but there's the original VHS copy there. Down here we have Linda Blair, Savage Island, which is another classic.
Ah, I've just spotted something.
Oh, yeah. Night of the Creeps.
If I remember rightly, that's got a reversible cover, hasn't it, that one? I may be wrong.
Where's the one? Yeah, because there is.
Oh, a reversible cover one is...
Oh, yeah, which one is it?
Oh, blimey. Scared Stiff.
On there.
I'm almost certain that's reversible.
Yeah, look at that face, look.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be worth taking that apart, that one, Gal, and just
Yeah.
flipping it round.
I mean, obviously, there's so many here. Some which I'd totally forgotten about,
And they're actually double.
including Teenage Monster.
Yeah, oh yeah. Teenage Monster, look at that. I mean, we've still got, these are double shelves as well. So there's stuff behind them as well.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
just on top.
Yeah, there's more films behind them.
Lots of stuff up here, you know.
If I remember correctly, that was quite a good one. That one there. That one, The Lift.
Yeah, it's a really good film.
The Lift, that's like a Warner Home Video thing as well.
And that one there's a little bit, well, mind you, following the old adult theme.
Yeah, that's it. Kim Russell, Teresa Russell. Is it Teresa Russell? Yeah, it is.
Teresa Russell, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and it's directed by, I think it's a Kim Russell film. Yeah, it is. Whore.
And if I remember rightly, Antonio De Fargas is in that.
Yeah, he is.
And I
yeah.
actually happened to meet him. We both met him, didn't we?
Yeah, shook his hand at the. It was in Covent Garden, and they were having a Starsky and Hutch thing, weren't they? And the car was there, and he was there, and they had a little sort of like caravan where you could sit in there and watch some of the episodes. Yeah, that was great.
That was good.
Actually touched the hand of Huggy Bear.
Yeah, I did. Went over and shook his hand. Nice fella.
As you can see, there's the Palace Classics section there.
Yeah,
And
there's quite a few.
next to it is a couple of Vipcos.
Yeah.
The Incredible Melting Man and the New York Ripper.
Yeah.
But like you said,
And if you have a look down here,
yeah,
some
Bloody
more
Birthday,
Vipcos.
Death of a Nun, Psychic Killer.
That's an interesting film, that one, still.
Yeah,
With
it's Tom Selleck, isn't it?
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors,
Yeah,
that's
it's
it.
a great film.
Yeah, that was different, wasn't it? Return of the Living Dead.
There's so many here. I mean,
And like you said, it's not just. I mean, there's ones behind as well.
there's tons of them behind. You know, loads and loads of
The
stuff.
one that I'm trying to find is that one Vengeance.
Ah, right, yeah.
It's
Yeah, I did see that the other day.
It's I can't see it, but it's probably like it's tucked away behind there somewhere.
Yeah. As I say,
Remember that other one? See, now there's another one. Now,
yeah, ignore the Grease and Dumb and Dumber videos. They're the kids and the wife.
look, that's the one.
Oh,
Bloody
here it
New
is.
Year.
Look at that. That's a proper embossed cover.
Look at
If you have
that.
a look at that, if you have a look
Can
at
we
the
do
angle,
it? Can
there
we
you
do it
go.
at an angle so you can see it? Look at that.
Actually sticks out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they don't make video
No,
covers like
that's
that
brilliant.
anymore.
Look, you've got the hand and
It's a good film as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's it's brilliant, that one.
I thought for a minute, I thought perhaps it might have been a what's the name? The one that we was asked to do a review on. Happy Birthday to Me.
But we will do a review tonight.
Yeah.
You know, we've promised we will, and we'll do
Certainly
one.
will.
Living Dolls is one called there.
Yeah.
There's lots of stuff there. behind
Deadly
it.
Friend, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a Wes Craven one.
That's
one,
right.
one that doesn't get shown that often. Hell Island. Death of a Soldier.
The Invisible Dead.
Oh wow, look at that.
There you go. That's a superb film.
This was in the days when you had a little
yeah, that's when I used to own a video shop.
Video club sort of
video
thing.
club, yeah, not shop so much, but if you have a look on here, there's a few more.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got hundreds of them. There's Vengeance. There you go.
There it is. There it is. Now this has been something which I've been wanting to see for ages, and it's got a great cover. Here it is. It's and it stars the actor Jason Miller from The Exorcist, and shows you a few bits on the back. And basically, he's like he's got a dog that's chasing him. He's on the run from the law. He's set in Mexico or somewhere, and the dog is chasing him. And it's called other things. It's got other titles, but this is obviously the video, Vengeance. But it has been called other things. But there it is, and I don't think it's even. Well, it has got an 18 on the back, but yeah, that's a great one. That is. Have to do a proper little.
Yeah, there's still plenty to review up here.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not spoiling anything by showing you.
Elves.
Yes. The less said about that one, the better. If we go along here, couple in there. Look, sitting at the back. April Fool's Day there.
April Fool's Day.
That's should come out.
That's a great one. Isn't it?
Another fantastic film.
Yeah.
You know.
Guess who's going to be the life of the party?
I mean, these are all just, you know, seeing them all again just brings back so many memories.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, it's not the sort of place we come up to much because it is a bit awkward.
Yeah, it's difficult to get up here, isn't it?
There's one film there called Something Wild.
Yeah, that's that Something Wild.
That's a fantastic film.
That's the video. I've got that indoors on the DVD, but I haven't got the video anymore. There's one here which I remember we raved about when it came out. Vampire's Kiss, starring Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. I think that's one of his best films, actually. It's
I do,
actually.
actually.
Bit of a dark comedy.
A lot of people I know don't like him much, but I think that's all right. I quite like that one. Rampage, yeah, that was good.
That was a William Friedkin, if I remember rightly. It's about a murderer, isn't it? A little bit like a Manson.
Yeah, he was like a serial killer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And it was good. It was William Friedkin directed it. The actor in it, he's an actor that you'd know. He's quite a famous actor. And the girl in it is Deborah Van Valkenburg, who was Mercy in The Warriors.
That's right. Yeah, that's it.
And she's in that.
Responsible for after problems in that film.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many good ones here. I mean, I was looking to see if I could find that. Yeah, The Brood, Death Trap. I was looking to see if I could find that one. What was that one where there's a? Oh, it's called. Oh, here it is. As we're talking about it, I've seen it. Now this is quite rare. This isn't on DVD.
Oh yes.
Siege.
Yes, what a film.
That's a classic. That is. That is a really good film.
Would you like to tell them what it's about, that one?
Well, basically, it's where they're all in. It's like a gay bar, and something happens, and I'm not sure. It says on after a desperate chase over rooftops and through urban tenements, Daniel was left with no option but to confront his pursuers head on. But I think they're after someone. I think he runs into this bar, and it's like once they're in there, there's like a siege going on. Mm. But it's really good. It's a good film, and I don't, like I said, don't think it's on that Thorny MI. I don't think it's ever come out on DVD.
No, worth a watch though.
Yeah, bloody good that is. Good thriller, you know.
Well, that was just a small visit of not even half the collection really. There's a lot sitting at the back as well.
Yeah.
So you know, apologies for some of the odd videos in there because I have to share some of these shelves with the rest of the family.
Yeah, I mean obviously Toy Story 2 is like you know.
Let's get that one a miss.
Not really, you know, sort of like. I mean, you know, we can't have Toy Story 2 sitting next to Zombie Aftermath, can we really?
It don't really work, does it? Look at that. God dear.
This is what I'm saying. I mean, you know, you just can't beat videos for the design and everything about it, you know?
Yeah, the artwork, everything.
It's all good.
Superb. Right. Thanks for watching.